Hello, lovies. Welcome back. If not welcome back, welcome. You're amazing for being here. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. Your brain is gorgeous. Your heart is gorgeous. And I am proud of you for being here. Hello. We have so much to talk about. I really just want to jump right into it because it's a really strong topic. And I don't want to miss any points. And I don't want to keep you here long. So hello, welcome, I love you, and enjoy. Let's get into it. Something nobody really teaches you about growing up, how to take care of yourself emotionally. And I don't mean like just the basics, but actually learning how to comfort yourself, validate yourself, and actually trust yourself. Trust that gut, trust your instincts, trust your decision making. That is you reparenting yourself. Once I started doing it, that was when my true glow up happened. Emotionally, I was just a lot more grounded. Mentally, I was a lot more grounded. And just overall, I was able to trust myself, validate myself and my worth, and just emotionally be fulfilling for myself. So if you've been feeling very disconnected with yourself, this one's for you. And let's see what we can talk about. Let's see what we can reveal about ourselves. And that's it. Welcome. Let's get right into it. There are a couple signs that you might have to do some inner work and you might need to reparent yourself. I didn't realize I was going through half of these until I truly slowed down and looked at myself like, okay, some of these things are every day irritating me. Some of these things are literally influencing my decision making. What's going on? The first sign is you're way too hard on yourself. It's okay to have expectations and goals and just give yourself a timeline with how you want to do things. But being hard on yourself won't give you that growth that you need in the long run. When you're beating yourself up for something that didn't happen how you want it to go or whatever the reason is, that is you not talking to yourself in a manner that you should be talking to yourself. When you're hard on yourself, when you mess up, you are your own voice. Being hard on yourself just makes you more exhausted. You don't need to beat yourself up to grow. Learning to correct yourself without shaming yourself. If you wanted to teach someone else, if you wanted someone else to learn something that you knew, would you beat them up for not getting it right the first time or for messing up? You know what I mean? You just have to give yourself grace because you also deserve that grace. That's it. Sometimes we forget to give ourselves grace because we're so hard on ourselves and we have such high expectations on ourselves that we're just like, no, it needs to be this way. No, it should have been done this time. It's okay. It's gonna happen. You're going to get that done. You will get there. It's not something to beat yourself over because when you're talking down on yourself, you're just not being your own teammate, your own biggest supporter. So who is going to support you if you don't even support yourself? So give yourself grace, correct yourself without shaming yourself. That's where real self-respect looks like. When you're too hard on yourself, when you make one mistake, and then your world starts spiraling, and then you're like, what was wrong with me? That's when the healing needs to begin. You need to reparent yourself. You need to heal yourself because you were never put in a position where you could still feel loved even when you made a mistake, even when you messed up. So now that brings into every mistake that you've ever made, it's a crisis. You feel like if I don't get this, I lose love, I lose safety, I lose belonging. But healing is saying, yeah, I could have done better, but I still love who I am. It is what it is because I'm not perfect. And not being perfect doesn't make you unworthy. There's just no point to beating yourself up because it wasn't perfect. You didn't do this right, okay? Very common and easily could be done, but it's good to break the habit of it. Second sign is second guessing yourself. So As a woman of integrity, and honestly anyone, you could be anyone of integrity, just going by your gut feeling, that is the truest form of trusting yourself. Getting that gut feeling and getting a yes or a no out of yourself, you're still asking everyone else for their opinion, you're Googling your opinion and to see if it's right. Like, you're doing everything else but trusting your gut, but trusting your own instinct. And that is a very big sign. We gotta reparent, and it may be said as indecisiveness. As I started healing more and more and just reparenting myself, my intuition with decision making, people, rooms that I walk in, built to become stronger and just more accurate, I guess you could say. You come to appreciate it and respect it, because once you do follow your gut instinct and you do follow your intuition, it will bring you exactly what your gut was saying, and then you're like, okay, I can trust myself. So the more you do that, the more you trust yourself, the more you take initiative to that gut instinct, that gut feeling, you're gonna be able to decide for yourself. What comes from that is you were never raised to trust yourself. Maybe you were judged or guilted for making mistakes, which don't even get me started with that. Why are we judging someone for making a mistake? Why are you guilting someone for making a mistake? That doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, that could be another topic. When you stop outsourcing every decision and you just start asking yourself, what do I want? How do I know? And you honor it even when it's scary, that's you. That's you reparenting yourself. Learning how to be your own safe decision maker. It's not always loud and confident, but it's solid. And building that habit, building that trust within yourself, that will bring you so far. Not only will you get further with making decisions faster, you're going to walk into rooms with such a hard shell around yourself because you trust your decision making. You trust every single word that comes out of your mouth. You trust every single thought that comes out, every single decision you trust. And that is so powerful. It just feels so amazing when you're finally in a position to decide for yourself, to trust within yourself, because you finally feel like you don't have to wait for someone else to tell you it's okay, because you're right there for yourself. Hello, when do you ever leave yourself? This one, I didn't even realize. When you don't feel emotionally safe, even when everything is fine, babes, our nervous system gotta be dealt with. I have always, if I was in a state of mind where I am not where I wanna be, you could easily be like, what the hell is happening? Like, why? Like the impatient feeling, that is restlessness. That is your nervous system not knowing how to be okay with the current present being. And that's not healthy, because you're going to just keep chasing and going and doing until you get to where you want to get. That's not what it's about. It's about loving the process, enjoying it, being calm in the process, being okay with the process, the journey. If you're not okay with that, if you're not okay with the process of whatever it is, you're going to constantly put yourself in a position where your nervous system is in like fight or flight, essentially. It's just you giving yourself things to be upset about, worry about, be sad over. But like, why? Well, you're gonna get there. Only control what you can control, which is not being sad over it, enjoying the journey, knowing that you're gonna get there. Now you are healing your emotional being. You're healing your nervous system to just be and be calmer. And it is a training process. It is a habit that has to be broken. Emotionally giving yourself that grace and that patience, love. We're gonna wrap this up with our last sign. You don't know how to comfort yourself. So when life hits hard, what is your first instinct? Do you like to go inward, or are you drawn to distract? When you're distracting yourself, you're brushing off something way deeper that needs to happen, way deeper that needs to be dealt with. Just Ask yourself, when life gets heavy, do you truly know how to comfort yourself, or do you reach for anything but you? You are your biggest supporter because you are the only one that knows what goes on in here. You're the only one that knows what goes on in your heart. You're the one facing those battles every single day on your own. So what is the harm with building that empire within yourself and being able to take care of your own emotional needs? What's the harm of that? If you relate to any one of these, it doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're human. That little version of you doesn't need for you to be perfect. That version of you needs you to just show up, to talk with patience, to stop abandoning when things get messy, unsure, emotional. That's what reparenting is. That's what healing is. It's you essentially becoming the protector, the soft landing that you never had for yourself. Trust me, I know it sounds deep, but honestly, it's just practical. Seriously. It's the daily decision to choose self-respect over self-sabotaging, grace over guilt, stillness over striving, but that's the real glow up. It's not your outfit, it's not your relationship status, it's not your title, your status, your job. It's your ability to hold yourself with love, even when no one claps for you. It's when peace stops feeling like a stranger and just starts feeling like a home. So if you're on that path or thinking about starting it, this is your reminder, babe. You're not crazy, you're not broken, you're just healing. And you're allowed to take your time doing it with integrity. You're allowed to become everything and more for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Keep being a better version every single day. Keep bringing yourself to become a better version of yourself every single day. There is no harm in doing that. And you're a priority. Let's kick ass. Let's keep growing. Let's keep feeding our soul, our heart, our mind, our body. I love you guys. Thank you. Mwah. Listening with Kiki.